There is an energy that every man carries within him. It is the most concentrated form of life force, the essence that has the power to create life itself. Yet, in modern times, this energy is often wasted, misunderstood, or ignored. Ancient sages called it ohas, the Taoists called it jing, the yogis called it Brahmacharya, science calls it sexual energy. But beneath all these names lies one universal truth. When this energy is retained, transformed, and mastered, it becomes the foundation of vitality, focus, power, and spiritual awakening. This is the hidden power of semen retention, the forgotten energy within. Let's start with a truth that's both biological and spiritual. Your semen is not just fluid. It's the distilled energy of your body, the essence of your being. To create a single drop of semen, your body utilizes vital nutrients, zinc, magnesium, amino acids, hormones, and even nerve energy. This means every time you release it, you release your life force, the same energy that could build muscle, repair cells, and elevate consciousness. In ancient cultures, men were taught that semen was sacred. The Taoists saw it as the root of health and longevity. The yogis believed it was the foundation of higher consciousness. The Egyptians saw it as the seed of the gods, containing the potential of creation itself. Today, in the age of overstimulation and instant gratification, we've forgotten this wisdom. We are surrounded by distractions that drain our energy: pornography, constant desire, dopamine overload. And as a result, many men are tired, anxious, unfocused, and spiritually empty. The ancients would say, "You have lost your vital fire," the science behind retention. Now, let's step into what modern science is beginning to uncover. Semen retention doesn't mean suppression, it means transmutation. It's the art of recycling energy rather than releasing it unconsciously. When a man abstains from releasing for a period of time, his body doesn't waste that energy. It reabsorbs it, rechanneling the nutrients, testosterone, and energy back into the bloodstream and the brain. Studies show that after about 7 to 10 days of abstinence, testosterone levels can rise significantly, bringing more drive, motivation, confidence, and clarity. But beyond hormones, there's something even more profound happening. Your nervous system begins to recalibrate. Your focus sharpens, your willpower strengthens, your energy field, your aura expands. That's why people practicing retention often report magnetic presence. Others can feel their energy even before they speak. It's the biology of discipline turning into the psychology of power, the spiritual dimension. Transmutation. In spiritual traditions, semen retention isn't about denial, it's about direction. The energy that is usually expressed outward can be raised upward. In yoga, this is the path of Kundalini, where the sexual energy rises through the spine to nourish the brain and awaken consciousness. In Taoism, it's called the microcosmic orbit, circulating energy through the body to achieve inner harmony. When you retain, you begin to feel a new intensity inside you, a restless pressure, a burning potential. That's not something to fear, it's the fire of transformation. When you learn to transmute that energy through meditation, breathwork, exercise, creativity, or devotion, it becomes fuel for greatness. Great inventors, monks, warriors, and artists throughout history practiced some form of semen retention. They understood that when this energy is mastered, it fuels genius, charisma, and spiritual power. The body wants release, the mind seeks control, but the soul desires transformation. When you align these three, the body, mind, and soul retention becomes liberation. The psychological shift. At the core, semen retention is about more than just controlling an impulse. It's about mastering yourself. Every time you feel desire arise and you choose awareness over indulgence, you are reprogramming your subconscious. You are teaching your mind that you are the master of your energy, not a slave to it. This builds what psychologists call delayed gratification, the same principle that predicts success, emotional balance, and willpower. Retention trains your nervous system to hold higher levels of energy without being overwhelmed. It sharpens attention, improves sleep, and enhances creative flow. That's why many practitioners report feeling spiritually clear and mentally unstoppable. Because in truth, discipline is energy management, and semen retention is the highest form of energetic discipline. The biological regeneration. Here's something profound. When semen is retained for extended periods, your body starts regenerating at a deeper level. Blood becomes richer. Brain chemistry balances. Vitality increases. The same energy that creates life is redirected toward repair and renewal. It rejuvenates your organs, sharpens your senses, and boosts immunity. That's why many ancient texts describe those who master retention as radiant, glowing with vitality, magnetism, and presence. This glow isn't mystical. It's the visible manifestation of stored energy circulating within you instead of leaking outward. Retention as a path to awakening now. Let's go beyond the physical and mental into the spiritual dimension. When you retain, something sacred begins to unfold within. Your energy, once scattered, starts consolidating. You begin to feel whole again, connected, peaceful, powerful. The mind becomes quieter, the senses sharper, the intuition stronger. You realize that sexual energy is the seed of creation. The same energy that creates worlds can create transformation within you. In deep meditation, when this energy rises to the higher centers, it awakens states of bliss, compassion, and expanded consciousness. This is why celibate monks, yogis, and mystics radiate serenity. Their life force moves inward and upward, merging with the divine field of awareness. Retention is not repression. It's remembering that your energy is sacred, that your essence is divine. Practical application. How to harness the energy semen retention should never become an obsession or a competition. It's not about counting days, it's about cultivating awareness. Here are some practical steps to help integrate this practice wisely. Awareness, not suppression. Don't fight desire, observe it. Awareness transforms the impulse into insight. Transmutation through movement, exercise, yoga, and breathwork moves stagnant energy upward, preventing tension and frustration. Meditation. Sit in silence and channel your attention upward. Imagine energy rising from the base of the spine to the crown of your head. Cold showers and deep breathing. These train your nervous system to hold energy calmly. Creative expression, write, paint, build, or create, transforms sexual energy into art, ideas, and purpose. Mindful diet and sleep. A clean body helps channel clean energy. Grounding, walk barefoot, connect with nature. Too much energy without grounding can lead to restlessness. Remember, retention without transformation leads to frustration. Retention with awareness leads to elevation. The transformation. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, you'll notice subtle but undeniable changes. More energy throughout the day, sharper focus and memory, increased confidence and magnetism, emotional balance and clarity, deeper spiritual connection. People will sense something different about you. They might not know what it is, but they'll feel it. That's because your frequency has changed. You've begun vibrating on a higher level, calm, grounded, powerful, radiant. This is the silent confidence of a man in control of his energy. The law of conservation of energy physics teaches us that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, it only changes form. So when you retain, you're not losing anything, you're transforming it. The energy that could create life now creates insight, willpower, and magnetism. The energy that could be lost in seconds now fuels weeks of creativity. That's why masters throughout history taught that sexual energy is divine energy. When directed upward, it becomes spiritual power. The higher purpose. The purpose of semen retention is not to reject sexuality, but to honor it. Sex is sacred, desire is not evil, but mastery means being aware, not enslaved. When you learn to control your sexual energy, you learn to control your mind. When you control your mind, you control your destiny. Retention is not about becoming less of a man, it's about becoming more of one. A man who has direction, clarity, and purpose radiates a different kind of power, a quiet strength that commands respect without force. That is the power of cultivated energy, divine masculinity aligned with spiritual awareness. The world today needs men who are strong, not just physically, but energetically and spiritually. Men who can hold their power rather than waste it. Men who can transform desire into purpose, pleasure into peace, and energy into light. Semen retention is not a new practice. It's the revival of an ancient truth. When you master your seed, you master your soul. The energy that once ruled you now becomes your ally. The fire that once consumed you now illuminates your path. And the desire that once distracted you now becomes the force that drives your evolution. So, hold your energy with reverence, transmute it with intention, and remember your seed is not just life potential, it's divine potential. Within it lies your vitality, your strength, your purpose, and your connection to the infinite. Because when a man learns to master his inner fire, he no longer burns, he shines.